This is Seminole Rest Historic Site. It's a component of the Canaveral National Seashore. We're going to take a hike to see some historic homes and Snyder Mound, a famous Indian mound on the east coast of Florida. So come join us. The archaeological site, located on the western shore of the Mosquito Lagoon, contains several middens, the principal one being Snyder's Mound, which measures 740 feet by 340 feet and 13 feet tall, and composed of 17 distinct and intermittent layers of occupation. Snyder's Mound was inhabited as early as the Orange period, around 2000 BC, and later during the St. John's II period by the Timucuan, as early as 1100 AD up to 1565. Snyder Mound is largely composed of quahog clam shells, oyster shells, ceramics, fish bones, shell beads, and given its massive size was probably used for the gathering and processing of clams and oysters. Clams and oysters were abundant year-round in the Mosquito Lagoon. The clams were smoked and dried for preservation and packed to be consumed during the winter months or while migrating to inland villages. While shucking clams required significant manpower, smoking the clams caused the shells to pop open naturally, making it easier to extract the meat. The shell middens were preserved by Hatton Turner and later Wesley Snyder, both of whom refused to sell the shells to the railroad companies that sought to use them as a solid, well-draining foundation for railroad tracks to prevent the heavy wooden ties from sinking into the muddy soil. This is an exposed section of Snyder's Mound located next to the trail. This is an oyster shell, conspicuous by its teardrop shape, containing a scaly, jagged grayish exterior, but a smooth, pearlescent interior. Here is another oyster shell, harvested by the Timucuan several centuries ago. It better shows its smooth, iridescent interior. Both these shells measure about 2 inches in length. Archaeologists believe women and children gathered the shellfish along the shore, digging with sticks or rakes. The men, however, fished in the deeper waters of the lagoon, using fish traps, nets, and spears. This is the Instone House, constructed in about 1887 atop Snyder's Mound, the 13-foot-tall ancient Timucuan shell midden. The 3-story frame vernacular structure is rectangular in plan, with a steep, pitched roof, 2 shed-roof dormers on the front, and a prominent chimney. The house originally featured board and batten siding, but is currently covered with yellow shingles. The ghost tree seen here is an ancient eastern red cedar. Originally, porches wrapped completely around the house, but today they are limited to the east, south, and part of the north side, which is enclosed. Christopher Hatton Turner, an English immigrant, retired Army officer, and evangelist of Lincolnshire, England, purchased the property for $4,000 in August 1890 and owned it until 1911. Hatton Turner's father, Christopher Turner, a member of Parliament in England from 1841 to 1847, and his mother was Lady Caroline Finch Hatton, daughter of the 10th Earl of Winchilsea. Hatton Turner was affectionately known as Lord Turner by his neighbors. The original home contained 9 rooms, but Turner expanded the home by adding a 3rd story for a total of 14 rooms and 3 baths. Turner also moved the property southwest to its current location atop Snyder's Mound. Wesley H. Snyder, originally from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, who gained his wealth in the Pennsylvania oil industry, purchased the home from Hatton Turner in 1911. He renamed the property Seminole Rest. The Turner family owned the home until 1988, when it was transferred to the Nature Conservancy and then to the National Park Service in 1990. This is the large second-story balcony on the front, east-facing side of the home. These are the two shed-roof dormers with the prominent chimney behind them. This is the enclosed north-facing porch with the balcony atop it. The north porch is well shaded and comfortably cool throughout the day and offers our first glimpse of the adjacent caretaker's cottage. Let's go on inside and tour the home. As you enter the home, you are welcomed into the living room with its prominent fireplace.
Yeah, I'll be narrating it.
Along the west-facing wall is a handsome staircase. A striking diamond-shaped stained glass window is located along the stairwell between the first and second floors. The flower depicted in the window is the red lily, which historically represents love and courage.
Gone through many hurricanes and has gone through, at one point, there used to be almost, what was it, 900 large trees on this property? 400.
This is a large tortoise shell and skull. This is the dining room.
Oh, wow. Very elaborate woodwork.
The woodwork is original, it still was. This is mahogany stain. And it's keyboard. That's coming through, it's keyboard.
These are some fragments of Timucuan pottery. This appears to be a glass flower vase. The walls and ceiling of both the dining room and the living room are paneled with varnished 2-inch beaded boards in a dark wood installed during the 1910s. The caretaker's cottage is a 2-story wood frame vernacular structure, rectangular in plan, with a steeply pitched roof and end gables, and it retains its original wood, board, and batten siding. The caretaker's cottage sits atop the northern portion of Snyder's Mound. The cottage contains 4 rooms, plus a kitchen and a bath on the ground floor, and 3 rooms plus a bath on the second floor. Local residents stayed in the cottage when caring for the Snyder property. The cottage served as the local post office for the Oak Hill community for several years as well. Notice the decorative fascia on the larger right dormer. The caretaker's cottage contains wraparound porches on its east, south, and north faces. The porch has beautiful views of the Mosquito Lagoon. Here you can notice how Snyder's Mound slopes upward towards the crest of the house. These brick ruins between the two homes may date to a later period. We've spotted a couple of dolphins off of the dock. If you enjoyed this visit to Seminole Rest Historic Site, please click like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on our next adventure.